You know, I'll never forget the day my daughter came home from school, shoulders slumped, and said, "I'll never be as good as the other kids." My heart just sank, and I thought, how do I help her see what I see? If you've ever watched your child shrink from a challenge, hesitate to raise their hand, or downplay their talents, you're not alone. Confidence isn't something kids are born with. It's something we nurture. And sometimes, all it takes are a few carefully chosen words to unlock that magic. That's why today, we're talking about 5 simple, powerful phrases you can start using right now to help your child stand taller, speak up, and believe in themselves twice as much as they did yesterday. These aren't just platitudes. They're tools. Tools that reshape how your child thinks about setbacks, risks, and their own potential. Ready to get started? Let's dive into the first 2 sayings. The first phrase is one you probably heard before, but maybe not in this context. It's, "I believe in you." Now, I know what you're thinking. Of course I believe in my child. But here's the thing. Kids don't just need to feel your belief. They need to hear it explicitly, especially when they're doubting themselves. Let me give you an example. Imagine your child is nervous about trying out for the school play. They say, "What if I mess up?" Instead of jumping in with, "You'll do great," which, let's be honest, can feel dismissive. Try pausing. Look them in the eye and say, "I believe in you, not because I'm your parent, but because I've seen how hard you work. You've got this." That shift from generic reassurance to specific, grounded belief changes everything. It tells them your effort matters. I'm paying attention. And when kids internalize that, they start to trust their own capabilities. Now, the second saying is a game changer for reframing mistakes. Ready? Mistakes are how we learn. So many kids, especially perfectionists, see errors as proof they're bad at something. But what if we taught them that stumbling isn't failure, it's data? Take homework struggles. Say your son slams his math book shut and groans, "I'll never get this." Instead of, "Let me help you fix it," try, "Hey, mistakes are how we learn. What's one thing this problem is teaching you right now?" Suddenly, the pressure's off. He's not wrong. He's gathering information. I used this with my nephew when he kept missing soccer goals. He'd get so frustrated, but I said, "Every time the ball doesn't go in, you're learning how to adjust your aim. That's how pros get better." And guess what? By the end of the season, he was scoring more than ever. Not because he never missed, but because he stopped fearing to miss. These 2 phrases, "I believe in you," and "mistakes are how we learn," are like planting seeds. They might not bloom overnight, but with consistency, you'll start to see shoots of courage peeking through. Maybe your daughter finally raises her hand in class, or your son volunteers to go first at his piano recital. Those moments, they're proof that your words are sinking in. And here's the best part. You don't need to be perfect, just present, just intentional. So try these out today when your child's struggling, when they're proud, even when they're just existing. Because every time you reinforce their worth and their growth, you're doubling down on their confidence. You've got this. And when you're ready, we'll keep building on this foundation together. For now, take these first 2 sayings and make them your own. Watch closely, listen deeply, and celebrate every small victory, because those are the moments that change everything. You know, confidence isn't just about facing the big moments. It's also about how we handle quiet ones. The after-school snack chats, the car rides home from practice, the bedtime whispers. Those everyday spaces, that's where the magic happens. And today, we're going to add 2 more phrases to your toolkit. Phrases that turn ordinary moments into opportunities for growth. Let's start with the third saying. What's one thing you're proud of today? Now, this one's powerful because it shifts the focus from outcomes to effort. Kids often measure their worth by results, a grade, a trophy, a win. But confidence grows when they learn to recognize their own progress, even when no one's watching. Here's how it works. Say your daughter comes home from soccer practice quiet and discouraged. Instead of asking, "Did you score?" try, "What's one thing you're proud of today?" Maybe she'll say, "I passed Emma Moore," or "I didn't give up when I was tired." Suddenly, she's not just a player on a field. She's someone who notices her own courage. I tried this with my son after he bombed a math test. He was so focused on the red marks, but when I asked, "What's one thing you're proud of?" he paused and said, "I stayed calm when I didn't know an answer." That moment, it changed the conversation. He wasn't a failure. He was a kid who discovered his own resilience. Now, the fourth saying is all about emotional safety. It's okay to feel angry/nervous/sad. I'm here. Confidence isn't about being fearless. It's about knowing your feelings won't drown you. When we label emotions and offer support, we teach kids they can handle big things because they're not alone. Picture this. Your grandson is crying because his friend canceled their play date. Your instinct might be to say, "Don't be sad, we'll do something fun." But that accidentally sends a message. Your feelings are too much. Instead, try. It's okay to feel disappointed. I'm here. Then wait. Let him process. Maybe he'll open up, maybe not. But either way, he learns his emotions are valid and manageable. A friend of mine used this when her teenage daughter was anxious about a school dance. She said, "It's okay to feel nervous. I'm here if you want to talk." Her daughter sighed and said, "What if nobody talks to me?" They ended up brainstorming conversation starters together. By the end of the night, that girl walked into the gym like she owned it, not because her nerves vanished, but because she knew she could carry them. These phrases, "What's one thing you're proud of?" and "It's okay to feel," "I'm here," do more than boost confidence. They build a language of trust. Your child starts to see you as their ally, not their critic. And when kids know they have a safe place to fall, that's when they dare to climb higher. So meet them where they are. Ask the question. Name the feeling. And then let silence do the work. You don't need to fix everything. Just being there, steady and present, is enough. We're almost there. Just one more saying to go. But don't rush. Let these two settle into your conversations. Notice the shifts, however small. Maybe your child starts asking you what you're proud of. Or maybe they surprise you by saying, "I'm really frustrated, but I'll figure it out." That's the sound of confidence taking root. And when you're ready, we'll wrap this up with the final phrase, the one that ties all the others together. There's a moment every parent remembers. The first time your child makes a decision on their own. Maybe it's choosing mismatched socks or insisting on packing their own lunch. And in that moment, you realize confidence isn't just about believing they can do something. It's about believing they should, that their voice matters. Which brings us to our fifth and final saying, you decide. Now, this one's deceptively simple, but it's transformational. Because when we hand kids age-appropriate choices, we're telling them your judgment matters. I trust you. And that trust, it's rocket fuel for confidence. Let me paint a picture. Your granddaughter is torn between joining the art club or the coding club. She says, "What if I pick the wrong one?" Instead of saying, "You love art, you're so creative," try, "You decide." Both sound fun, and I'll support you either way. Suddenly, the pressure to be right melts away. She's free to explore, knowing she's got a safety net. I saw this with a neighbor's son last summer. He was arguing with a friend over a game, and his mom usually stepped in to mediate. But this time, she said, "You decide how to solve this." After some grumbling, they came up with a rock, paper, scissors rule and owned it. Was it perfect? No. But that boy walked away standing taller because he navigated conflict himself. Now, let's tie all 5 sayings together. I believe in you plants the seed. Mistakes are how we learn, tills the soil. What's one thing you're proud of? Waters the growth. It's okay to feel. I'm here, shelters it from the storm. And you decide, lets it stretch toward the sun. This isn't about memorizing scripts. It's about creating a culture of confidence. A space where your child knows they're seen, heard, and trusted to grow at their own pace. And here's the secret. You don't have to get it right every time. Miss a moment? That's okay. Circle back later and say, "Hey, I was thinking about what happened earlier." Kids remember the pattern, not the slip-ups. So start small. Pick one phrase this week and use it intentionally. Watch how your child responds. Celebrate the glimmers, the shy smile when you say, "I believe in you," the shoulders that relax when you say, "It's okay to feel that way." Those are your signposts, telling you you're on the right path. And when you're ready, I'd love to hear how it's going. Drop a comment below and share your stories. What's working? What surprised you? Even what's felt awkward? Because we're all in this together, figuring out one word at a time. If this resonated with you, hit that like button. It helps others find this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We're here to help you nurture not just your child's confidence, but your own as a parent, grandparent, or mentor. Because you're doing something incredible, shaping a human who will one day change the world. Remember, confidence isn't a destination, it's a journey. And every time you choose words that uplift, listen with your whole heart, or step back to let them lead, you're lighting the way. So here's to the small moments, the brave choices, and the magic of watching your child bloom. Thank you for being here. Keep shining.